Back in 2003, 2004, the Village of Williamsburg was brainstorming a little bit some ways that we could pump up our economic development endeavors. And we kind of looked around and thought, well, what do we have? Well, what's around here that could help us in that quest? And the one thing that we knew we had was the East Fork State Park, and we lacked the connectivity directly to the park. And so being a person who's been here several years, I knew that some of those old roads were back there, and there was some ways to get into the campground area. And so our thinking was, well, wouldn't it be cool if we could go back and reopen some of those old roads, have a hike bike trail project of some kind. And I really quickly learned that there was no way we were going to be able to do this by ourselves, and that we needed to partner with some other folks who had connectivity to the park as well. So through a variety of ways, Debbie and I connected.
We got together, and she showed me some of the ways to get through to Batavia Township, and we did that, and we saw that we might have something here. It was going to work. So that's when we started pulling people on board, and we got the buy-in from Williamsburg trustees, Batavia Village, Batavia Township, and of course Williamsburg Village.
There needed to be that partnership. There needed to be some help. There needed to be some expertise that we didn't have, and that's when poor Chris Klingman, got pulled into our project, as the guru of how in the world could we possibly make this happen.
The trail involves a lot of partners and partnerships to get built. It goes through the Village of Williamsburg, the Village of Batavia, both Williamsburg and Batavia Township. It goes through state wildlife lands, goes through state park lands, it goes through U.S. Army Corps of Engineer lands, and it travels on county and township roads. So there's a lot of different agencies and things involved that need to be involved and partners to make it happen. We've been working with both the villages, both the townships, state parks, Division of Wildlife, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to make sure everything works to their liking. And then we also have been working with like UC East, the YMCA, and Friends of East Fork State Park as user groups that would really enjoy using the trail and could benefit from the trail. So we've been partnering with them as well.
Chris and his expertise, allowed the Park District with his board to be our funnel. Everything we do kind of goes through them now. And so we just got busy, started writing letters asking for money from different areas to help us build this trail. We had volunteer groups go out, and in our particular area, we had a little group called Serve the Burg. And it was a bunch of kids, and they wanted to know if they could help me with a project in Williamsburg. And I said, well, there's an old abandoned road down there. You think you can expose some blacktop for me so I can see what we're dealing with? And literally, you had to get down on the ground to see the blacktop. And within a day, they had exposed the whole 15, 20 foot wide road. It was all still there. It was just all busted up and in pieces. And so, the partnerships and just the collaboration has been awesome. Pat Monger with the engineer's office has just been great to jump on board and help with his experience as far as the construction piece of it goes. He's used a lot of his people, his assets, to help us. So we've been able to get further for less in lots of cases than other entities have in building a mile. We've built, 6 or 7 miles. So.
Our mission is that we are striving to improve Clermont County by preventing communicable diseases, promoting health, and protecting the environment. And the Hike Bike Trail highly links into that promoting health piece of it. And it's great to have in the county. It's centrally located. It's great that it ties into the campground, so the campers that go out to East Fork State Park can also connect to it. I think it's a great thing to bring people into the community, but also for the residents here to enjoy.
Oh, it's a very unique trail because a lot of our trails in our state parks are basically paths, which makes nice trails. They're up and down. Some have a lot of rock ledges on them, but this is a trail that intersects with roads at times, and it's flat and it's paved, and it's very unique. The younger generation particularly looks for trails. They look for water access and any kind of bike trail or jogging trail or walking trail. And Clermont County has all three of those right here at East Fork State Park. And to connect it between Batavia and Williamsburg is just a great idea. And I know this is something that's going to be a project for future generations to use.